Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hey, Chicago BBW, can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. All right. Hey, Monet, I got a New Yorker girl. He's from Rhode Island, my student. All right. Yeah, my student is from Rhode Island, New York. He's going to have 100 hours on the truck. AD, what's up, baby? He got 100 hours on the truck. We had to wait for his meds to come in, but we don't have a trailer right now. We got a load, but it don't pick up till 7 tonight. So, yeah, I got a New Yorker on the truck. I just talked to Danielle. I don't know if she's going to stick with the people she with. I'm trying to get her to come on over here. It's not bad. Actually, what I like is they resolve things very quickly. I mean, it wasn't even, I didn't really have to have no really major incident with switching the driver manager. The new guy I got is highly professional. I'm very impressed with that. Truck is running pretty good. They did a alignment, and then they did my PM, and they actually fixed some other shit they found on it that I didn't even know was wrong. Rhode Island don't care. I'm gonna tell him you said that, girl. He's not from New York. He got that New York accent though, bro. He got that New York accent. Anyway, he had to go pick his meds up, and he said, I'm gonna get something to eat. I was like, I'm gonna give you $10, and he picked up some catfish. So it's a Chicken Express out here, and it's actually, I ain't never had that catfish, but the catfish pretty damn well made. Hey Shay, what's up, baby? Not bad. Who all in here? I'm only gonna be talking to y'all for a little bit because my ass has got to get a nap. I had 4 hours worth of sleep last night. One, I was trying to, and it's probably the female part of me and common the mama kind of part of me. They get these babies a mattress that's usually about that effing thick, right? Hey Jennifer, what's up? Hey Regina. Girl, fish is actually, it's something called here Chicken Express. And he had it, actually, I met this brother when I was leaving off of the orientation time going out with the truck. He was on the van. He told me, he said, you the black lady with the little short hair? I said, you little fat black woman? He said, I didn't want to say that. I said, that's all right, I know I'm fat. Shit, I don't know how fat people can't know they fat. Shit, I keep it real. How you not know you fat? Hey Nikki, what's up, baby? Let's see who all in here. Jennifer's in here. Nikki already hit Brown Sugar. Got Shay. Hey Regina. Regina, that's my sis in Arizona. Well, she in Nevada right now. If you go back to Arizona, I'll be back. But things are looking up. I mean, like I said, I had the pluses and minuses. Every company has them. Only thing I don't like about the truck is I don't have a refrigerator, and we're gonna end up working that out somehow. I got to get something on here because like this baby came on, he didn't have no food. I said I got the little cooler up here with some ice in it. Girl, you know I ain't got no sense. And so I had picked up 2 subs yesterday, and he was hungry, and he's borderline, he's diabetic, and I'm borderline diabetic or diabetic, whatever. And he was like, and I was like, bro, I said, if you don't mind a sandwich, it might be a little soggy, but it's been the ice chest overnight. That's why I was going to eat, because we don't have, where this terminal is, it's away from the major city. Across the freeway is a truck stop, but they don't allow us to bobtail out, so we have to wait for the van to take us where we want to go. And the van to take us, it's only like 10, 15 minutes up the road, but we got to wait for that. So I got me some extra subs yesterday because you get hungry. And honestly, for me, right now I'm level. But I know when I'm hungry or if I haven't eaten good, I start shaking a little bit. So, and probably the diabetes, the borderline diabetes stuff. My diabetes is not bad. Like my diabetes is usually 80 or 90. I'll watch him because he said his is now the stamina, probably due to the diabetes, and I'm thinking I'm going to see how he does because they might have to adjust his meds. But he got his prescription of his metformin, and his wife overnighted, but he lives in Baton Rouge now, and his wife is from Oklahoma. So a very nice brother. I think he's about my age. He's got to be somewhere between 50 and 50 something, and I'm gonna say probably late 50s is what I'm estimating. Very nice brother. I hear that New York accent big time. Yeah, and that's what he told me. He said we were talking about it. He's not a fat guy. He's tall. He's a tall dude. I'm gonna say he's probably just about that. Probably like 5'11", almost 6 foot. He's taller than me. So, and we talked a little bit. I get in my safety conversation. He was working for a company, dropped a tanker, and they let him go. Most of these trucking companies wouldn't have let him go, but this particular company is kind of assholes. And I've heard a lot of not positive things about this particular company. They are a big, big company. But like I told him, I said, had that been Swift, they would have sent you to a backing class. You would have talked to safety, and they would have given you at least 2 more shots. And he was within 6 months. Swift already had a philosophy, y'all. That's what I tell you. We can say bad things about some of these starter companies, but it's really which devil's the best. And when it comes to companies like Swift, Knight, I'm going to even say this little company I'm with here, they're a medium-sized company. This company is taking on somebody who had an incident. They gave him 100 hours because, okay, you coming to us, you were terminated from a company with a safety issue. But we're going to make you go out with a mentor for 100 hours. Hey, V. Griffith. I didn't see V. Griffith came in. Where my V. Griffith? Oh, V. Griffith. Oh, I just read this. I read it. I didn't realize it was you. Hey, baby. Hey, Joyce. Yeah, look, that's cooked very well. If I do catfish, I want it. My first question, is it cornmeal or is it batter? If you mention batter to me, you need to be away from me. I'm like, you can keep that. At least you're going to grill it. You can grill it. I like grilled fish. I like baked fish. But if you're going to fry fish, it need to be cornmeal. We can't talk about nothing else. You mess with my emotions when you put batter on fish. Yeah, it is good. I ain't gonna lie. I done went through 2 pieces. This piece gonna end up sitting here because I'm full. But yeah, seems to be very much a gentleman so far from what I could tell. We talked about, and now unfortunately with the climate of things, I have to talk to my men just like I do my ladies about safety, especially my black people. Or my minorities. I don't even care if you're black. You get on here and you're anything other than Anglo, we're going to talk about safety. It's a new climate, and especially us being here in the southern areas. So when we saw what happened with Tamon, and me and him talked about that, he was familiar with it. And I said, you and I both know that a 6'5" black male did not take his pajamas and hang his ass up in this truck. We all know it. We all know it. His family might not have had the money to prove that shit, but we all know it. We all know that 6'5" young black male did not hang his ass with his own pajamas. Every last one of us know it. Unfortunately, financially, his family might not have what needs to be done. Is Miss Pearl in here? Where Miss Pearl at? I didn't see Miss Pearl come in. Hey, Miss Pearl, what's up, baby? But yeah, we all know that he didn't hang himself. So, me and him had a talk about, so any of y'all who going to train, please talk safety to your students, whether male or females, especially if they're minorities. I'm not even going to say just black people. If you're training Latinos, anything that's not Anglo. We have a climate now based on some of our leadership politically where certain groups, and I ain't going to say all Anglo people because that's a lie. We got Anglo people who are good-hearted people who ain't out here meaning no harm, but you got a group of them who's off the rails. Where the trash can? Hold on, y'all. They crazy as a box of rocks. And they mean harm. And they done taking us back. Throwing trash away, y'all. I don't like a dirty truck. They done taken us back into a time frame. They done taken us back into a time frame that we left. Oh, hold on. I meant to put that in the thing. Hold on, y'all. I got a sandwich I got to put up. I thought I put that in the cooler. they done taken us back to a time frame in which, uh, they killing us. So like I told them, I said, normally this is a conversation I only have with my female trainees, but I'm gonna have this with you now because they killing any of us, okay? And they doing some foul stuff, and it ain't gotta be about rape. It just can be about your ethnicity because they crazy. I said, so when we go to a truck stop, especially in certain regions of this country, southern regions, I said, or country areas, we gonna pull in, we go to the bathroom in the fuel aisle. We get back on this truck, we park, and we own it for the night. I have bathroom rules, so I'm gonna show y'all how I do. Let me turn this around. Yeah, I heard about the suicide one. That's crazy too. So we have middle curtains. I don't have front curtains, so I got those things right now. And that's gonna serve as my front curtain. So what I tell my students is we pull this middle curtain and you got the rug on the floor. You go across, you have a cup or a bottle. For the fellas, they can use a bottle. Tinkle in the bottle, seal it up, put it in the trash. For my ladies, you have a cup or a bucket or whatever, like a little cup or bucket or whatever, do your tinkle in there. I usually have a funnel, you funnel it in the bottle, put it in the trash. We don't throw piss bottles out the window. We put it in the trash, and the next day when we can, we dispose of it. Because usually, we gonna hit a truck stop at least one time during the day, usually more than that. And if we don't, we're gonna hit a customer with a trash can. So we can throw that out, but we can dispose of it. I have, when you get done with your business, wet one, big wipes. Pull one of these happy puppies out right about now. Military uses these to clean their hands in different places, by the way, if y'all don't know that. And it kills disinfectant, good for kids too. How much, let's see here, 99, just like Lysol. 99.9% of germs. And you can clean your hands. I like to use them for my hands. They're usually in the pharmacy over where your, usually where like your, in the toiletries are. So where your toothpaste, toothbrush, antibacterial, over in Walmart, and I get the big one, and just clean your hands. And military uses this quite a bit. I mean, you can wipe down stuff too, but I use them for your hands because they're not as chemically abrasive as this. And then I have a big old bottle of antibacterial gel back here too. And I said, I'll put those in the front. I got baby wipes. I said, even if you got a number 2 on this truck, we got ways to do it discreetly and tie it up and put it so you can't smell it overnight until we can get, because if we park, I said, there ain't no walking across the lot. Not if you're a minority in this truck. No. Now, if you Anglo, they normally won't bother you. You can walk across the lot all you want to. They normally won't bother you. You're one of them good old boys. They won't bother you. But us, it's a little different now, especially in certain areas of the country. So, after Tamon and after Carmisha, and with the one that supposedly committed suicide, I'm real big now. We don't, at night especially. In the daytime, depends on where we're at, we should be cautious, but, you got a little better chance. But, yeah, it's what it is now. It's the society we're in. Let's see what we got going on. How do I know? Hold on, let me get some questions. Got Clark wipes on here too. Yeah, Miss Pearl, they asked me at this new company to train. I actually like training. Unfortunately at Swift, I don't know, I was not getting the best luck of the draw with students. And here what I noticed just sitting in the classroom, I was sitting with a lot more of us. A lot more minorities or people from other countries. And I got a more willingness to learn. This gentleman right here, I could tell he kind of took heart because I have a phone rule that is hard for a lot of folks who have cell phones. My phone rule is basically while you're driving, your cell phone goes in the glove box. When you're driving, once we're just side by side, once I'm in team mode, it comes back here in this drawer. You can give your family members my cell phone number, and if there's an emergency, they're welcome to call me. Hot sauce, I gotta put it back up so I don't forget to put it up. And then if necessary, there's an emergency call. I will get out of bunk, wait and tell you to move the truck over, you know, and call your family. I don't have no problem with that. Where I do have a problem is with you driving down the road on the phone, leaving all over the damn road, texting or doing whatever. And I've just learned that I have to have a standard when it comes to cell phones. It just does, because it's too much of a temptation for even me, you know, to get that cell phone and you be trying to change a song, and next thing you know, I've done it. And I'm like, oh, shoot. So now I just kind of try to put my stuff on random and leave it where the hell it's at. He listens to, I think he said trance music. So I'm gonna put my Sirius satellite radio. I have the subscription. I'm gonna move it over to the phone, and then I need to get my radio. My radio's in Phoenix, and get it turned, put it on this truck, because this truck does not have Sirius. That's the other thing about this truck, y'all. The stereo system these people put in is probably some of the cheapest shit ever. It's not as bad as that International, because the International sound like some tin cans. But this one ain't too far from it, because I'll be like, damn. Swift is cheap as hell, but they sound systems wasn't this sucky. This something no name, but it's horrid. It's horrid. I don't know if it's a speaker or the system. It's horrid. It sounds like some damn tin cans. I mean, you know, it's gonna have to work, but it's horrible. They wrong for this sound system up in here, and the wrong to put it in a Peterbilt. Cause he's asked me, did I know what trance is? Trance, what he likes trance. I know it as electronic, so electronic music. Trance is more instrumental, but I like electronic lounge and stuff like that, which is kind of close to trance. So I'm big on music. If y'all would see my collection, I'm huge. Like I said, I listen to almost anything other than metal. I wasn't huge on metal, like AC/DC, stuff like that. I wasn't huge on. I grew up with white folks, but for my teenage years, I grew up with black folks when I was little. But for my teenage, that's why I tell people I grew up on both sides of the track. But I've listened to everything, even country. I mean, I got country. I prefer female country artists, but like I love them. I like Garth. I love the Judge. I love Winona. I love this chick named Shelby Lynn. Her early stuff was phenomenal. Katie Lang's early stuff. Katie Lang's later stuff. So I like stuff like that. I like folk. I like bluegrass, R&B, hip hop. Well, not a lot of the new stuff. The new stuff makes me want to shoot myself. The new stuff would make me commit some suicide. Some of that new stuff, like that Cardi B, I can't. They irritate me. I think Nicki Minaj was only on a couple of things that I could deal with, but I can't. And only thing I will say right now that I'm feeling, because the baby just got skills, is Lizzo. Lizzo, you watch her, and I done watched that damn BET thing probably about 50 times, because she performed her ass off on the BET Awards. Barbara Streisand, great. Andre Bocelli. You know, he did something with his son, too. His son, I don't know if you've heard, him and his son did some stuff together. Look him up on YouTube, his son, too. Son, good-looking dude, too. I don't even want a dude, and his son is a good-looking good dude. Girl, Miss Pearl, let me tell you, the new shit, I be looking at folks like, I can't. And the mumble rap and whatever that, I be looking at them like, oh, what did y'all do? I remember when rap first really got big with a hip hop, a hip to the hip, a hip hop, you don't stop a rocket to the bang bang boogie. Remember that? Y'all remember that? And then, then we got Heavy D and the Boys, Will Smith, even some of the East Coast rappers that had skills. Big Daddy Kane. I mean, MC Light. What's the one that came from overseas? And she talked real fast. She's a DJ now in the East Coast. Oh, and they did Ladies First. And she talks really fast, heavy British accent. I forgot her name. But it's devolved is a good word. Not evolved, devolved. V. Griffith, that's a good word. And yeah, and when I listen to it, it makes me want to decompress, because I'd be stressed. So I'm like, the hell is this? It's horrid. So yeah, I found very few of the new music that I can jack with. And yeah, the old rap, like, yeah, like anything from the 80s, 90s, I can get with. Some Nas I was cool with. I'm not huge on all Nas, but some Nas I was cool with. But I would prefer him. Like he did, they did one where they used what's my girl's Tina Marie's song. It was him, Foxy Brown. It was Nas, Foxy Brown, the chick Dawn. I think it was Dawn from In Vogue. And they took a song that was by, and I love it. And they took a song that was by Tina Marie, and they made it theirs, and it's jamming. It was another. I forgot the other rapper's name. It's another male rapper. It was two. Don was singing the chorus. Foxy Brown was in it. Nas was in it, and there's another video, and it was I forgot his name. It was good. It was good. Yeah, that I can deal with that. But and see hold on, y'all. My Qualcomm was doing an update. Hold on. Yeah, we're waiting on a trailer. But yeah, so he's not, yeah. But I'm a rap. I'm not. Let me see what y'all saying. Moni Love, that was her, Micheline. That was her. Moni Love has skills. Yeah, Lizzo is fire. She is right now, and she killed it on them BET Awards. If y'all ain't seen that, you can go do Lizzo on the BET Awards. She killed it. And Brown Sugar, you asked, how do I know where it's safe? I'm going to come back to that. Oh, look, my dad got one of little, it's like a little half of ice cream bucket. That's what I'm going to get. And then you just pour it into the thing and recycle. He said he pee a lot too. I said, that's his diabetes. I already know what it is. Okay. Bowman, what's up, man? All right, so how do you... I'll have to ask him if he's comfortable. He does watch YouTube, but he didn't know me. So he didn't know me. He knew, like, obviously Chuck Brown and Loshan and Sinister. You know, he watched them. Who else did he mentioned Diva, and he mentioned TRB. When I'm a huge fan of TRB. TRB is just real. I like that realness, and he's just laid back. Right. He's got the sugar part. So that's why I got to watch and see how he does, because I may have to tell him you need to get your meds adjusted. And if we have to, get him somewhere where he can get that done. It's just simply an adjusting, because he's only doing, I think he's at 100 milligrams of metformin, which ain't shit. And I do more than that. I do 500, and mine is, yeah, TRB. I like TRB because he's real. It doesn't seem ego. He just seems sincere, genuine, just who he is. And that's why I like, he was the first one he mentioned that he knew. And then we went through some, and that's the ones he watched. He did, like I told him, I said, my main following is a lot of ladies. I do have a few fellas, but mainly ladies. How do you know where it's safe, Brown Sugar? So let's talk about that real quick. This is just how I work it. And it doesn't matter whether I'm even in my home state of Arizona. Let's say, because y'all know I live off the truck. All my shit's in storage, okay? So unless I'm staying with family or at a hotel, I live off the truck. It just doesn't make sense as a single person, and you gone for 4 or 5 weeks. And I normally like to ride 5 to 6 weeks and then do home for like a week. With this company, if we're out for 5 days, I get 6 days off. So if I'm out for 5 weeks, 6 days off. If I'm out for 6 weeks, I get 7 days off. If I'm out for 3 days, I get 4 days off. So they give you like an extra day. So I like that. So it gives me a week. So I like to ride anywhere from 5 to 6 weeks, okay? I'll have him on the truck with me about 2.5, no more than 3 weeks. He'll be off the truck. If I get a student with 240 hours, that student will be on this truck with me for 4 to 6 weeks. What I am liking, like I said, I'm going to be helping a little bit more minorities. I'm not trying to be racist in any way. But what I was getting a hodgepodge at Swift. And unfortunately, that hodgepodge, I don't know if they don't screen well. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the area of the country I was picking up in. But I had drivers who, the one guy with the 18 years, dude could drive. I told the company, the man can drive. He had aggression, which is that testosterone, and the fact he had driven in foreign countries. So, like I told him, you could probably drive circles around me. You could make this truck do wheelies and be all right. My problem was he didn't focus on his job, and regardless of the fact that he could drive, he was so caught up in his home drama with the pussy whipness that he couldn't focus on his job. And that was dangerous. You know, that told him, you're going to have an issue here. If you can't come and do your job, there's going to be an issue. For me, when I look at safety out here and what has worked for me is, and I say this, Tiffany Hanna did this. I did a video on it as well. Another person who did a very good little thing that we put on the 411 was the D Sova. Both of those are Prime ladies. And D is a former Swiftie. But she also did a Prime video, a Prime little thing, and I posted that on our channel as well regarding the CB. There are things that we need not do, especially women. I'm going to say women first, and I'm going to deal with us as minorities. CB, let's talk about that. You do know that when you own your CB talking, that means that you're within range of whoever else you're talking to. So if you're talking, this is a male-dominated industry, and they hear a female voice, you just told them there's a woman in the area. Oh yeah, me and my dog are going over here to da-da-da-da-da. You a lady trucker out there driving by yourself? What kind of dog you got? Oh, I got a Yorkie. He already know he can stump the Yorkie to the ground and rape your ass. And he probably looking to see where you're at. You're within the radius of where he is. You got to be careful on how much you say on the CB. I normally don't say shit on the CB. I listen. The only time I've ever said anything is, what's going up ahead if we're backed up? Or if I was in a convoy for a tornado warning leaving out of Nebraska, and we were hauling convoy like ass out of Nebraska. Hey, One Magical Girl, what's up, baby? When I get back up to Chattanooga, I'm going to hit y'all up, okay? Y'all might meet me downtown Chattanooga for some food, because I done found me a restaurant down there I like. Right, I use my CB for informational purposes only. And I appreciate you and your man offering to come get me. Y'all, I'm telling you, that's one thing I'm going to talk about that too, being a blessing out here on the road. Because that student today, I was like, bro, I got a sub back there, help yourself. I told me, like, we're getting ready to go to Lubbock, and we'll probably be there a day just to get my stuff. He's like, oh, the hotel. I said, no, you're either going to stay in the house or you're going to stay on the truck. You make your decision. We got an air mattress and a couch. We're going to work it out. And if you're hungry, we're going to feed you. We black in America. That's how it works. It might not be much. It might be some beans and rice. Now, if you want to turn your nose up to that, you go work it out yourself. But we going to, like my dad said, okay, I'm going to get some money from the bank. So he going to get up and go get some money so he have some money so we can go all eat. Now, I got loot too, but we going to take this child to go get him something to eat. Shit, my dad was over the road. I mean, he got some asshole tendencies. And Danielle was like, and Monet, you know, because you met Danielle. Danielle was like, shit, if I was home, I would just clean my sister's room and he could crash there while y'all was in town. She comes from a trucking family. She said, you won't believe the she grew up around trucking. Right. Mandisa. Hey, Mandisa. That's the only damn time they had a CB on. And mine, the one I have, is so cool. My CB has an alert system that cuts that truck. I was like, shut the front door. I just bought it. And what happened, I put on this, I didn't realize what it does. It's like, it told me, do you want to put something on with the traffic or with the weather alerts? And so I put it on, and all of a sudden, it'll do this weird alarm and cut itself on to tell me that I got weather issues. You's a winner. I was like, I'm so happy I got it, and I got it. You know, I'm cheap as hell, y'all. I got it with a rebate too. I'm like, so, but yeah. So the CB, y'all be careful what you're saying when y'all in it because they know you're there, and you basically advertising your shit. You're advertising you're there. You don't want to tell you're single. You don't need to. No, me and my teammate, we're here. We're just seeing what's going up ahead there, fellas. Me and my pit bull. Y'all feel me? We talk safety about inside the truck. The middle curtains, keep those closed when you're driving. Hey, Paula, what's up? Yeah, I'm training again. Let's hope it works out. I'm excited because again, I'm working with more of us, and the driver they've given me is somebody. He like, I'm down for it, mama. I'm down for it, mama. I appreciate you coming, mama. I'm down for it, mama. I said, soon we get our trailer. I said, you driving. I'm going to get you your hours and get you into your damn truck. I had him just drive around the yard, see how he could command the truck, get a feel for it, know where his buttons are. He backed under a trailer, hooked to it. He's never driven a reefer. He was tanker. Software upgrade completed. Oh, it's telling me it updated. Okay, thank you for telling me. He never backed under, he did tanker, so he didn't do where he had to slide tandem. So we had to discuss that. Went over to 250 a hole. Showed them air tandems. If y'all never dealt with air tandems and you're used to the manual lever, on most reefers, they're all air tandems. My first time dealing with air tandems was when I first started working for Pride Transport. I had never dealt with air tandems before. Very different. There's still reefers out there with the manual pull level handle, but the air tandems, he's like, he went back there and said, pull a button. That thing said, pop. He looked at me. I was like, a lot easier, huh? He's like, hell yeah. And I said, 250 a hole, because he remembers from trucking school pulling the lever. 250 a hole. And, right, Shay, you know what I'm saying. I said, 250 a hole, and then I showed him how to count the holes. And I said, and that counts, and we'll talk about weight adjustment, because he hasn't done that. He hasn't driven mountains, so I'm going to have to try to work with that. Try to get him trained in that, because those are the critical areas that where you can lose your ass is up in the mountain. That's where you can really that's where you can lose it anywhere on flat land too if you're out here driving stupid. But the mountain grades is where a lot of truckers bite it. They bite it there, and then weather conditions, winds, slick conditions. That's where they bite it at. So try to get him trained in that, and then he'll know how to handle it. Safety also, keep the middle curtains closed. That's one. And then anywhere truck stops automatically are going to say, I'm going to say any truck stop, I don't even care if it's Flying J, TA, Pilot, are not usually your safest areas. And just because you paid to park don't mean it's safe. So we were talking about Ontario in California, for example, when we did the video with Monet and with Danielle. Puffing stuff. She funny as hell. When I was doing the video, and she lost her dog, y'all. Say a prayer that they find him. Her dude lost the dog. He took him out to walk, and I guess Jonas, the dog, don't see good at night. He called him, he got too far, and he couldn't find him. So we praying that he gets picked up by the pound or by the rescue. He's a sweet dog, and they get him back. And she's really depressed right now. I talked to her yesterday and this morning because they lost Jonas. So we hoping they find Jonas, the pit bull. He's a sweetie too. He's a big sweetheart. And even Monet, who don't like dogs, she will tell you he's a sweetie. He was a sweet dog. He's a sweet baby. Hirschbach is going to run you, but you're going to be running all the East Coast. I'm going to tell you that right now. I can just tell you that. You're going to run a lot of damn East Coast. I'm not a fan of their trucks. They mainly have an international fleet. I'm not an international fleet fan. I don't know about their training program, but get your training where you can get in. I always tell you, to me, from what I've heard, Prime might be your best choice for training. But if you can't get into Prime, because they are picky, if you can't get into Prime, then any other trucking schools where you can get your skill set, and then preferably just get you a good mentor. I really believe that the final phase is really getting in that truck with somebody who wants to explain something to you, and not somebody who just wants to use you for your miles. I'm going to make money regardless of whether we team drive and it's double the paycheck or single the paycheck. My goal at the end of the day is I want to produce somebody that I'm comfortable riding on the road with, and that I don't see on the damn news killing 4 freaking people. I would hate to be the trainer of that little guy, the Spanish dude who killed 4 people up in the Rockies, because I'd be like, what the hell did I train this dude to do? Oh, so you've already done your training, Paula. You're just looking for a company. Where are you at in the country? Tell me where you're at. What state? While you put that up there. So, for brown sugar, if you at any truck stop, I believe that you should be using wisdom, especially as a female. It doesn't matter where you're at. As a female, you got a lot of thirsty Negroes out here. Matter of fact, there was one on the van here the other day. Y'all. And I'm Negro when I say that, are ninjas. I ain't talking about just black ninjas. I'm talking about anything male. Indiana. Oh. Hit me up in the background. You could come here. Hit me up in the background. The training school here is 2 weeks, which is really, really short. I was like, oh my God. Y'all can see my face. When he told me 2 weeks, I was like, well, damn, Swift said 3, and I was offended. 2 weeks is crazy as hell. But if you're not going to go to an actual trucking school, if you can't get into trucking school, just try to get in with some company that's going to cover it for you. See if you can get that grant that we talked about and go to the trucking school. And the trucking school program should be minimum. You want a 6 or more week long program. Minimum. Like I told you, I went to trucking school 6 months. Mine was 3 months classroom and 3 months road range. And that to me was the biggest blessing ever. But if you're trying to go company, where you go into a company and they're going to work, let me know. Because Indiana, I know they service in Illinois. So Indiana, you're right up in the area. So I can see them. You'd have to come here and go to their little trucking school and see. You also could do Swift. You could do night. You should be able to do Prime if you can get into Prime. Well, I think Werner has a trucking school. I think they either send you to say I don't always suggest them, but you can get your license there too. You just move on. Stevens, I think Monet mentioned Stevens, and again, I don't know much about Stevens, but like I said, Monet said a good trucking school. So, just get it, and then once you get your experience, you can roll. Like this gentleman, he drove for about 3 months. So what are you trying to do Paula, what if you're trying to do if you've been a Werner for 6 months? You've got 6 months will get you in the door somewhere else. Where are you trying to go? Or what do you want to do? Answer that question. Let me answer the safety thing. So at truck stops, I'm going to move between the two. At truck stops, what I do for ladies and for us now as minorities, when you get into the truck stop, if at night, you pull up into the fuel aisle, you do all your bathroom business, and you're going to get something to drink, food, whatever. I don't recommend drinking too much other than water at night. Your body mainly absorbs water, but if you drink like soda and stuff, you're going to pee a lot more. Or drink anything with sugar, and if you have sugar issues, you're going to piss a lot more. So I normally drink, I try to drink water at night, and I have a water bottle by my bed in case I'm thirsty, because the diabetes can make your mouth dry. So I do water, and then I still pee, but I don't pee nearly as much if I do water. If I do soda, I'm going to be pissing like a horse all night long. Once you park at the truck stop, I usually park, if you have to park, like when I was a student, I have them park in the back. The reason I have them park in the back is because the backing is simpler for them until they finesse backing down to get into tighter spaces. Hey, Jackie, what's up? Until they can, they get into tighter spaces. So in the back, once you're back there, we put the curtains up, close the doors, start doing your, there is an issue with this truck where I've woke up. Well, no, I went to the fuel station, locked the door, went inside, went to the bathroom, came back out to the truck, and the locks were unlocked, both sides. So that tells me something's going on. I also went to a rest area, and luckily enough, what I do is I do my seat belts through the doors. And when I woke up, both locks were unlocked, and I had locked it. And the door on the passenger side always stays locked. I don't open that door. So both locks open. That tells me it's something electrical. Not sure why, but it's okay because I strap in. I forgot to tell him about that. We'll be doing that at night as well. And that's how I pretty much sleep. And then if you got a tire thumper, keep that in by your bed. And or the other thing I have in one of my storage units, I actually have a trucking crowbar. That baby is about, I'm doing my hands, about that long. And it's about like that in thickness. Hey baby, hey, stop, drop, and roll on. What's up, sis? So for safety reasons, don't get out, park in the back in the middle of the night and go, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, and walk all your behind across that yard. And I told him, back in the day, me and a guy, it wouldn't be a problem. But now in this time with us both being black, it's a problem. They'll kill both of us. So at this point, even what I usually teach my females, I'm teaching my males, especially if they're a minority. So I tell my minorities right off the bat, I don't care whether female or male. I knew when they killed that 6'5" black male in Indiana and talking about he hung himself in the cab with his pajamas. That brother who's on my truck right now, the student, his head is right up here. Hold on, let me turn this around. His head is almost right there where that line is. There's the roof. Now, that tells me he's probably about 6 foot. I still am trying to figure out how a 6'5" Negro hung himself from that ceiling. I'm sorry. That ninja did not hang himself. He did not hang himself. Somebody hung him. They killed him. They choked him out, whatever they did, and then they rigged that shit. I'm sorry. That baby did not kill himself. It's a lie. It's a lie. Hirschbach. So I'm going to tell you, I did work for Hirschbach for a very quick minute. They're going to run you. They do run heavy. You will probably be in an international truck. I am not an international fan. My truck was falling apart on the inside, and it was 2019. I hated that truck. In addition, they're going to have you up on that East Coast heavy. Okay. Third, even though you are supposed to be a lease purchase driver, if you're doing lease purchase with them, they are very micromanaging. And I'm like, oh, no. When I tell you I want to do a 34-hour reset and I'm paying you $760 a week for a truck, I'm doing a 34-hour reset. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. Scroll up. Hold on. Hey, James. Them ninjas, you laughing on your studies and taking a break for a few. Stop in, Shay. Yes, read what Shay said about the miles. Are we talking Werner? Yeah, Werner's never paid very well. All you need is 6 months. A year is better, but you can get a good job with 6 months. I don't know if you remember, one of my guys was in here from Swift. He did 4 months at Swift, and he's now with JB Hunt making good money in his bed every night in Cali. He's doing containers for JB Hunt. JB Hunt, I think, will take you 3 or 4 months, as long as you have no accidents or incidents. Hold on. And Polly, I know you said you broke down, but at least you're in a hotel. Relax and release. GPXO, sorry, baby. I didn't see you. Welcome to the channel. Didn't mean to ignore you. Monet, you know I ain't got no sense. I pee a lot too, but it is. And Mandisa isn't. Yeah, I already said hi to Mandisa. Okay. Yeah, intermodal with JB Hunt. He got on with 4 months experience because I met him at the Swift terminal in Europa, and he was like, "Oh, dog, it's you!" He young kid. He was funny. And I saw him and said, "Baby, you gonna have to walk with me because Fluffy getting ready to go eat." Because I was headed to get me some Asian sushi, and Lyft was already there, so I didn't really get to spend time with him. But he got on the channel and he talks on here. What does he go by? I forgot. I know his name. He was in one of our other chats. He a hot mess. And that baby, he sent me a message that he had left Swift and was going to JB Hunt, and he's intermodal, and he is in his bed every night making good money. So, I mean, if you're bringing home about $1,000 or more a week with any of these trucking companies, that's decent. You can do above that, that's better. But if you $1,000 or more a week, that's okay. That's not bad pay. And I was bringing that home with Hirschbach, but like I said, my issue was it was too micromanaged, and I don't like living up on the East Coast. So I ended up, the driver manager I had, she was on my phone. I'm a person, I want to be on the phone with you all the time. This guy here, we doing everything through Qualcomm. I've talked to him a couple of different times. I haven't been on the phone with this man. It's all been through the Qualcomm. Because I got to focus on the road. We already know that being on the phone is an issue. So when I'm on the phone with you and I'm pulling over to talk to you about business stuff too much. And then when I tell you I want to reset, you go, "Oh, well, you got an hour left. And you can't." You crazy as hell. I got an hour left on my 70 clock and you... Girl, bye. Y'all need to route me back to the terminal. And I dropped a little truck off just as clean at that terminal and got my butt back here. And that's when I went to work for the little little Texas company. So I don't think Hirschbach is a bad company at all. But that is the company where I told y'all about that bonus. And they told us, "Oh, you're going to get this whatever, $1,500, whatever sign-on bonus." And then they gave you that $100 gift card for the store. And what was supposed to be $1,500 turned out to be $1,400, and $100 you got to buy their merchandise. Ninjas. Freaking ninjas. I don't care white, black, green, purple, or yellow. Ninjas. Please. Yeah, I'm not an international fan at all. You know it's funny, Paula. I mean, look. She goes, "Oh, hold on, I got to do it." Because it's funny, even when I think about it now. We're all in the class of the treatment and the orientation, impeccable. She's like, "Oh, so we want to thank you guys for just a great time here. You did wonderful for the orientation. And so we're giving you this gift card for," hold on, y'all, I gotta do it all the way. Why you bullying? "We're giving you this gift card for $100 for the company store, and you can get whatever you want." So then she comes out. She comes out with the Visa, the Comdata prepaid Visa. "And on here, after your first load, we're going to go ahead and load your sign-on money for this much, and then you get whatever else, and we're going to load that onto the prepaid card. You just call, and then we'll load it on there, and that's going to be for $1,400. So when the brother's like, whoa. He says, "We're supposed to get $1,500. "Well, if you take the gift card, which is $100, and you add it to this, that's your $1,500 sign-on bonus." We all looked at each other and busted out laughing. The games trucking company play. Woo! And that's funny as hell. I told Trucker Bill and he busted out laughing. It's games. They can't just do what they say. You gotta always do some shenanigans. And you wonder why you got a 200,000 driver shortage. Jackie, straight up. Yes, it was high. Well, I got 2 shirts. I think it was $16 a shirt, but they had some other name brand stuff like the jackets, and they were like name brands. I forgot who they are. Some of the big name companies. There was their brand with the logos on there for Hirschbach. It was some funny shit, isn't it, man? It was just funny as hell. It was. Micheline, I was like, I was blown. I was like, these folks something else. Paula Wright laughing out. Okay. Knights or Steven. Night transportation. I know that my trainer still works there. She considers it like a family environment. I can't tell you much. I know that they've taken over Swift, and I know there's been some challenges with that takeover of Swift. I know that their drivers, some of them were becoming very disconcerted, and I think that it's just an overwhelming process. Swift was in financial trouble, so they're trying to manage them, and they're also taking on some of those financial obligations. So I think trying to balance that out and use your existing management to do that. Anytime you merge, it's a hard process, and it's a lengthy process. It can take years to level out when you're merging companies, and you're trying to manage something. And if the company was already in trouble, that's a whole nother set of issues. So I'm happy I'm not driving. My ass only had far as asleep. I'll be up here in the front seat with him, but he doing most of the driving. Hopefully. I may have to get a 5-hour energy because I got to see how he does. Yeah, D's in here, and I have another one that's a tanker person. I shouldn't have been in here in a while. But yeah, D, I'm hearing tanker's good. I used to want to do tanker. I wanted to do fuel tanker because that's good money. That's what I really originally wanted to do. I'm still praying on it. Because Loves is hiring for tanker right now. A whole bunch of companies hiring for tanker positions. That's how they train them, child, please. I used to work corporate America. You always think they train you to be so fake. Hi. And you be sitting up there going. And because I've been trained in it, I already know what they're doing. Yeah. So tankers can be good money. You got to work with them damn hoses. If I did tanker, though, I'm probably food grade tanker. Because you don't have to do as much. Except I be looking at that ladder on top. I don't know if y'all watched Pink. She did a video about the different companies. And she started with a company. I think it was Schneider. And they was going to teach her about them tankers. And she told me when she got up there and that manhole cover, she said it freaked her out, and she said all she could think was that you're gonna fall in. And she said, I want to know if anybody ever fell in that shit. And I'm with her. I'm like, I can't. But yeah, Hirschbach, like I said, I don't think they're a bad company. Their reputation is they have nothing bad about them. You will run at the person. I was referred in by somebody. They're not a bad company, but they're gonna run your ass off up on that East Coast. They're gonna run the shit out of you. You'll make money, but you're gonna be running. You're gonna be butt ass tired. And right now, it's not that I don't want to work, but there's a certain level of driving that I can and can't do. Like I was running pretty hard with this other guy, but I had good downtime. And I had a good truck to be comfortable to get downtime. Yeah, you can make good money in tanker. Yeah, you're doing hazardous materials, yeah. Because they got, there's one out in Arizona, Air something, and I thought about applying for them. I just don't want to mess with no hoses. And I think with that one, I don't think you have to mess with hoses. I think it's just straight. If I can find like a tanker job where I just can do like I can do reefer, I'll drive the shit out of a tanker. But I did get to see a tanker almost flip the other day. It was Loves. We were going through going up in the mountains up in Tennessee. It was raining. And we were going up, and all of a sudden, his truck, I could see the surge. It went sideways, and he was going too fast. He slowed his ass down when that truck started. I was like, because I thought I was about to see a bad damn day up there for him, because he was going way too fast, and that surge made that fuel. And the next thing you know, you start seeing the truck is still going straight, but the tanker started sliding like this. I know his butt cheeks should have clenched, and he should have been talking to Jesus. He might have had that talk, because then all of a sudden he slowed his ass down, and I passed him and tilted my head because I was looking. You better wake up, because you might have a bad damn day. But tanker, you can make good money in tanker, very good money actually. Air liquid, something like that is a company out in Arizona. We got a company in Tempe. That's what they do. And it's not too far from my high school I went to. See, you get in here and people will give you some information. That's a beautiful thing. And D, you said you haul liquid. Now you haul liquid carbon dioxide. Okay. You don't have to hook up any hoses, right, D? You just drive. Honey, them come to Jesus means. Yeah, actually, Magical Girl, my aunt is in Nashville, so I'm gonna try to come up there again. You probably know the company, the parent company. I was like so disappointed because I almost didn't come here because the parent company's reputation is not very good. What I like is where they're located. I got me a lift and went down to downtown Chattanooga. I went to that warehouse district and I got my little. I'll be back to that ramen place again. Okay. You have to hook up hoses, or you just have to go pull a lever? Because I thought about going for is it Navajo? I think that's a Navajo or whatever, where they do the liquid fuel grade reefers. Yeah, I'm all about kind of job. I'm all about less work. I don't want to look. That's why I drive reefer. That's what I told her. And I said, reefer is the lazy person. It's the lazy truck driver's job. If you're going to do a van, reefer is that job. You ain't got to get back there and sweep out shit. They talking about, oh, well, get a broom if you just have some little stuff and you can sweep it out. You on crack. Monet, you on crack. I ain't sweeping shit. If I ain't got to sweep shit, I'm not sweeping shit. Don't wash this trailer out. I ain't carrying no broom. I ain't going to have a purpose to go sweep shit. God forgive me for putting it that way. I'm not. Alaska oil fields. Good money up in Alaska. Yeah. Like Nikki in Phoenix, when she turned over she got rid of her authority and got rid of her truck. She's working for a sanitation company, and I think she's bringing home like $1,500 to $2,000 a week working for them. She hires the big sanitation things and takes them out to the landfills and just hits a lever and it empties. No, Magical Girl, the parent company is based right there in Chattanooga. That's their. Well, they have several different locations, but that is the parent. That is the main hub for them. That's what I'm gonna say. Although they damn like maintenance section. Their maintenance section, they compete with Conway. That Conway had like the best maintenance. They do too. Their maintenance, I was very impressed. It was very professional. No, I'm not going to never. I'm not doing no tanker, girl. After I finally got to climb up on that thing, my fat ass can't climb up on shit no more. Look, I'm barely climbing up on this back little access walk now. I don't climb up. After falling off the back of that trailer and fracturing my ankle, I don't climb on too much. I might climb up here and get some load locks. That's it. And now, with this company, I ain't even going to do that. I buy my load locks, throw them in the back of that trailer. And most of the time, I'm picking up trailer, load locks are already back there. So that's one thing I do like about these people. They load locks. They do a lot of Tyson stuff, so they have load locks always in the back of the trailer. I'm feeling the love. And like working with him today, my new driver manager's on point. D, so you can do it. I probably could. It's only, look, if it ain't a whole bunch, but climbing up that, I'd be looking at that little ladder. Like, we got a ladder in here. He had to pull a ladder down today, which is actually nice. And it pulls down right there. And he climb up. He was able to climb up and put his foot up here and then get up there. And oh, that's why I got him 2 mattresses and I got him a crate. And then I got a crate and then I have him covered. I got one of those Walmart covers. And then he don't have no sheets. So when we get to Lubbock, I got twin sheets that I got to give him to put up there. But it's in my laundry because I couldn't bring everything with me. And I'm not bringing everything with me this time either, but I'm grabbing my CD and get the stuff that he needs. Hey, Bibliophile on board. What's up, baby? No, Magic Girl, I'm not going to Navajo. Somebody else told me they had some issues with Navajo. They do pay pretty good, but right now, honestly, with the student on board, I'm making 50-some cents a mile. Because they gave me like three something extra cents. I'm making close to 50 cents a mile with the student on board. With the student off board, but that I'm a trainer, then it puts me at 47, 48 cents a mile. He's inside in the lounge, and he really nice guy. He likes to walk a lot and he likes to fish. So when we go to Lubbock, I told him they got some ponds down there. He was like, yes. And just I really was very blessed by him this morning. And he's had food, and he's like, yeah, what do we do? And I was like, well, right now you want to split a sandwich and we talk. And we went over the truck rules and talked about privacy and going to the bathroom on the truck. And I said, I'm very real. I'm not, hey, Jay, what's up? I said, Joy. Sorry, you see I got my glasses on. I don't know. Y'all have to ask the tanker people on here. I looked at tanker ladders, and I'm looking at my 400-pound ass, and I'm going, yeah, I'm good. I'm so good. Oh, man. Hey, Joy, welcome. Yeah, but right now, yeah, he's inside, but he seems to be pleasant. I like his personality. Definitely kind of go-getter. I told him to be here early in the morning. He was here in the morning. And first, well, I thought he was going to be here later because he told me he's waiting on a prescription. And I guess we just had some communication mixed up. And then, we talked about safety, and we went over the truck. We hooked to a truck. I got to watch him drive around, and there's a few I can tell there's some things that his trainer probably did not train him on. So I'm just going to have to really just finesse some things, and then I just need to see him back the truck. Apparently on the backing test, he did fine. So like I told him, I don't teach backing. To me, get out, figure it out. You know how the trailer swings. You learn backing in trucking school. Anybody telling you they teaching backing, then you need to go back to trucking school. You had to pass at least 2 backs. Once you can put that in 2 places in that trucking school, then the rest of it is just learning to finesse it and practicing it out here. Okay, so it's run differently is what you're saying. What about my dad's brother, Mr. Trump? I call my dad, call that his brother. Yeah, so now right now he's inside. I'm gonna get off here in a minute and get me a nap, because I need to get a nap in because we supposed to be rolling at 7. I don't even know what time it is right now. And I gotta go tinkle anyway. And I'm running here. I should have went in here and met this dispatch manager, but honestly, since I only have 4 hours worth of sleep, I didn't feel like meeting nobody. I told him, I said, brother, you gonna go inside? I said, if you don't go outside, you can go outside and lay down on that bunk. I'm gonna pass the hell out is what I'm gonna do. So that's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm gonna go get some sleep right now. And pass the hell out. Is my other phone ringing? Shit, I don't even know where my other phone is at. Oh, here it is. It sounds like an ice cream truck. Y'all, it sounds like an ice cream truck is here. It sounds like an ice cream truck. I don't think it's an ice cream truck, but it do sound like one. Hold on. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to be doing my $5 challenge if y'all want to join me on it. So I'm going to tell y'all how it's going to work. So normally, every week, I do about $100, okay? And then what happens is when I break that, if I break anything in that $100 within that week, and it has a $5 bill in it, I take the 5 and I'm going to put it in. I don't have my bucket on here. I'm going to get it at the house. I put it in my change bucket. And so every day that you break anything $20 and higher, and if you break cash and $20 or higher and you get a 5 back, that 5 got to go in that bucket. We can do it for 6 months if y'all want. I was going to try to do a year. We'll do 6 months. But I heard that at the end of that time frame, you might be impressed with how much money you got. One sister said she was able to buy a car and steal cash and still have change left over. I was like, shut the front door. Because that's how much she saved if you do that. So basically, I take $100 cash for the week. I use that kind of like my budget. That's what I use for food, whatever. And when I break it, the first 5 goes in there. Then any 20s I have, if I break any 20s throughout the week, every time I get a 5 back, one of them 5s got to go in there. At least one 5. And y'all see how that stacks up quick. So y'all let me know if y'all do that challenge. Some people do the dollar, do it with $1. I'm gonna do it with a 5. So y'all want to join the challenge, and then at the end, in about 6 months, we can see where we at. That's something we're gonna do. Anyway, Fluffy getting ready to take her black butt to sleep. Everyone started. Oh, y'all started doing it, D? How's it working? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let's see how D is working it. Miss Pearl, you said you know other YouTubers doing it? I heard it on, I think it was Sirius. I think it was Sirius Satellite Radio. Yeah, I heard it on Sirius. I think it was somewhere on Sirius somebody was talking about it. Ebony, what's up? Yeah, so I'm going to start it. I got to pick my little bucket up, and as soon as I pick my bucket up from my dad's house, I'll start it. Yeah, and don't count it every day. Don't count it because you're going to be tempted to spend it. Just leave it in there, and then any coins, like I got a bunch of coins underneath, put your coins in there too. Put your coins, and I would say put the coins with the 5 so you don't see it as much, because that's temptation. Yep, I'm getting ready to go to bed too. 6 months, okay. We're going to do a 6 month, $5 challenge. I'll repeat it again, and then we're going to see who all gets in on it. All right, Miss Pearl. Yeah, just get, like whatever bucket, like I have like it'll be a rice bucket or like the laundry. If you get the big laundry pods, use that, whatever. I got another one down here. I could do like the, what do you call them dang things? The Purcell pods. But I'm getting ready to go to sleep. Yeah, Brown Sugar, so I hope that helped. But yeah, if truck stops at night, don't be walking across them. Fuel out, go to the bathroom, park your truck, stay in your truck, and have a way to go to the bathroom on the truck. Now, if you in a secured lot, I'm even cautious there. Pull up close, because I didn't finish that conversation. Like, I'm in Chicago, they have a secure parking where you can pay. If I have to be, even that yard is kind of funky, and you pay there, and it's kind of, But there, if I pay, there's a restaurant there, I sometimes go in there. But for the most part, I stay on my damn truck. Yeah, we leave out. We got to pick up a load at 7, so we ain't got to empty yet. So we'll see. We'll talk more. Yeah, I need to do probably more on the safety thing, but I did talk with them. But anyway, y'all, I got to get some nap in. Y'all be blessed. Be safe. Thank you, I will. And I'll do a live. I don't know if he'll come on here. I'll ask him if he's okay with it, and I'll show him. I don't ever tell where we work, and I'm going to let him know. I don't like to tell that. Some people know in the background. If you want to come here and you want to know in the background, y'all hit me up in the background, and we'll talk about it. Like my individual who's in Indiana, this could be an option. Thank you, Miss Pearl. Hug back. Hug. And if y'all don't know about Lizo, she do kind of got a little mouth on her, but the baby is gifted. Check her out, because I was just like, this sister's gifted. And when she pulled that flute out on the BET Awards, I was done. And it was funny because some of the reaction videos, like, I don't know where she pulled it out of behind, but that baby, she was killing it. Anyway, peace. Y'all be blessed. I'm going to get me a nap in here. I just need about 3 or 4 hours. I will. You guys have a good one and be safe as well.